When you think of notable radio personalities, you might think of people like Howard Stern or Nina Blackwood, but Maine has its own pool of talent.
Lori Voornas has become one of the most well-known radio personalities in our state, and after more than 3 decades of making Mainers' mornings a little more interesting, she's ready for her next chapter.
This is it.
This is the last break?
Yeah.
It was a moment more than 30 years in the making.
I'm going to take some time off, Keith, and just breathe a little and then figure it out.
Lori Voornas is officially signing off from Maine Radio.
Okay, kids, this is it. This is my final break on the air.
This kid from Idaho moved to Maine in the late 80s. It wasn't long before Lori found herself knocking on the door of Portland radio station WBLM. She had no college degree, no prior experience, just a gut feeling.
I answered an ad for a traffic manager at BLM, and I got that job. And a traffic manager isn't, all right, 295 is crowded. No, it's the commercials. You put them on, on the station. And then I saw people doing disc jockey stuff, and I said, hey, that looks fun. Can I be on the radio? And they said, no. I said, well, why not? And they said, well, you don't have any experience. And I said, well, that's a catch-22, isn't it? I said, well, how am I supposed to get experience? And they said, I don't know, not my problem. I did a shift on MPG at USM from the highly coveted midnight Saturday night to 6 a.m. Sunday morning. I did that for 6 months and went, I've been on the radio. And they're fine.
WBLM took a chance on Lori, promoting her to its weekend radio show.
They changed my name to Paula Rock, and I decided, wow, this blows. I'm making part-time money, and my weekends are ruined. And so I thought, no, I'm not doing that. One thing led to another, and I eventually ended up staying in radio, and I got a morning gig on MGX.
From there, Lori's morning radio show career took off.
I loved it. I found a job that pays me to be me. Like, can you imagine this as a bank teller? I mean,
I'll take it all back in 20s, please.
Right. All right, here they come. And a 1 and a 2. I mean, I'd be fired in a week.
In her 30-plus years, Lori has been heard on WMGX, WJBQ, and eventually WHOM. She is the champion behind Cans for a Cure, an annual fundraiser for the Maine Cancer Foundation.
We started with alliteration, so it's like quarters for a cure, cupcakes for a cure, climb for a cure, and then we did cans for a cure because everybody has recyclables, right? Everybody's got a bag of them somewhere, and so everybody could participate.
Another big kind of moment for you, and I remember this, by the way, in 2011, when you came on the radio.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
And you told everybody that you were going to marry a woman.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah, that coming out, so many things came to realization for me that day. It was the worst kept secret, and everybody knew. And I was like, really? Fine, great, okay. And nobody cared, which was the biggest compliment ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
What made you want to share that?
I couldn't share my life. I'd have to keep lying. And I was able to sort of, not talk about it, for so many years. But with an event like that, you gotta go big or go home.
And somewhere along the way, Lori met Jeff Parsons.
We're the exact opposite of each other. She is, hands down, she is the hardest working person I've ever been with in radio. She just never stops. And that's a good thing for our show. The thing that made us work, I guess we're there, is that we had such different personalities. Yeah. And it would cause clashes and, fun clashes, sometimes some not so fun clashes, but we had a chemistry. And it's not something I don't think is going to be easy to beat.
Their quick humor and sibling-like banter made starting your day a little more fun.
We've been doing this for a couple of decades now, and he will say, and I will say, my longest relationship is with Jeff Parsons, and we've never slept together. Actually, often. I will know exactly what he's thinking. I'll finish his sentence, and I've been doing it for years.
I asked Lori what she would miss the most about morning radio. In short, it's the people. Then she read me a text from a listener she had received that morning.
You are sweet, generous, thoughtful, funny, and an amazing person, and I thank you for allowing us into your life. Now, I read that, and this is going to sound silly, but that meant the world to me. Sometimes you talk into this microphone in a studio with just one other person, and you have no idea who's hearing you or how they're taking it, or if they care, if it, you just don't know sometimes. And I have had so many sweet, loving messages like that. And that means more to me than I can say thank you. I had no idea how much I was affecting lives of listeners.
When it was finally time to say goodbye, Lori gave all that love right back to her listeners.
It has meant more to me than I could ever say. So thank you all for 32 great years. Keep listening to this station, because Lizzie and Jeff take over on Monday.
They're the best.
What are you going to do next?
I have no idea. I do not know.
Does that feel good?
Which way is the wind blowing? Yeah, you know what? It does. And I'm going to take a little breather. I'm going to just breathe. I'm going to let this settle, because I think it's going to be a bit of an adjustment. And then I'll see what's next.
Gosh, I love that woman. So Lori will be replaced by Lizzie Snyder. That's the woman that you saw her hugging at the end of the story. And she is going to stay involved with Cans for a Cure. And by the way, Lori is one of only 2 women in radio inducted into the Maine Broadcasting Hall of Fame, an impressive achievement and a true testament to the impact that she's had on her listeners, which she's just brought people so much joy.
She is a blazing talent. She could easily have gone to Boston, New York, San Francisco, anywhere, and been a star in those markets as well. Maine has been lucky to have her, and she is, of course, a wonderful person.